We are on the heels of several athletes now kind of recognizing the importance of mental health and how that actually affects their performance in the eyes of the public. And a lot of people are kind of taking sides on whether or not this is okay. But really, when it comes down to it, mental health is an issue for everybody. So we've got Dr. Armando with us this morning, joining us to talk about this and how specifically it affects athletes. Good morning to you, Dr. Armando.
Great to see you.
Great to see you as well. Now, we spoke to you several weeks ago. Similar situation when Naomi Osaka took a break to tend to her mental health. So Simone Biles doing the same thing now during the Olympics. This is something that I think a lot of people are paying more attention to because these are such big name athletes, but the pressure is heavy for any athlete on any level.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. This is one of these rare moments where we can actually feel like we can relate to some of these athletes too, right?
Yeah.
So many instances, how can we relate to Simone Biles? How can we relate to Naomi Osaka? Obviously, we don't compete at that type of a level, but we struggle with mental health. And so this is a moment that is just, of course, as a therapist and someone who's dedicated my life to helping people through mental health struggles, this is amazing because we're shifting the current. The bravery of Simone Biles, the bravery of Naomi Osaka is shifting the current in how we talk about mental health.
As a matter of fact, Simone posted on her Instagram page a couple days ago a picture of her at the Olympics, and obviously everyone is recognizing her in the red, white, and blue. But if you take a look at her face, if you take a look at the message that she's saying in the post itself, she's talking about the weight of the world being on her shoulders, and it is hard sometimes.
Oh my gosh, it's hard for all athletes, but let's also look at Simone's particular story here. She is a survivor of sexual assault. She was molested her entire childhood. Think about that. Molested her entire childhood, and it was by someone within the sport, her trainer. She has endured so much. For anyone to question how tough she is mentally, physically, that's ridiculous. Simone Biles is incredibly tough, and it was incredibly brave for her to finally stand up for herself and say, look, I just don't feel like I have it today. You know, Simone suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder, and one of the things that happens when you suffer from PTSD is your body's constantly in this state where you're in hyper-arousal. She talked about in her post-interview, 5 hours leading up to her competition, she was feeling this sense of like being stuck on fight, flight, freeze. So again, you know, we just have to have, I think, compassion for all athletes, all human beings when they talk about their mental health struggles. She could have hid behind an injury, but she didn't, Courtney. Instead, she was really honest about how she felt.
Very true. And she's got a huge support system with her teammates behind her and family and friends and such. You are doing an Instagram Live a little bit later today with a professional athlete as well. Where can people find you for that and for Cheat Code?
Go to @Dr. Armando, DRMONDO, and @CheatCode, CHEATCODE. On Instagram today, I'll be talking with Simone's close friend and teammate, Caitlin Ohashi. That's at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Log in, join the conversation. She's going to give us her insight. She knows Simone really well. She'll talk more about this and talk about the pressure that Olympic athletes are under year-round, their entire lives, really.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Dr. Armando, thank you so much for your time this morning, and we'll make it easy for our viewers to find you a little bit later today. We'll link all those details on our website, gooddaysacramento.com, under show info and today's date. Thanks, Dr. Armando.
Thanks. See you again.
All right. Code, back over to you.